Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today we will be returning to Black Coral Bay, to the best pirate team there has ever been seen. Captain Pete and his crew. We will be playing Pirate Borg. So, Pirate Borg, yes, we return to Pirate Borg. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much indeed. If you're not a subscriber, please could you hit the subscribe button at the bottom? Pretty please with sugar on top. The numbers will help us. The more we grow, the happier we all are. And then world peace will then reign, and it will be fantastic. You can also support by becoming a member. You can support by purchasing t-shirts. There's various ways you can support, including watching this. Thank you very much. So, Pirate Borg. We've been playing our way through Pirate Borg. This will be our 11th session of the solo campaign following Captain Pete and his crew. We have explored the jungles of Black Coral Bay. We bumped into the very polite and very helpful witch who resides in the swamps. We have investigated the governor's mansion and explored the weirdness that was in his rooms. And we have managed to get his daughter's diary from the boudoir and dashed back to the Green Kraken, and we have traded that with the strange hooded agent who we know is one of the governor's aides, but we have information about the castle thing, Skeleton Point, and that the daughter is there and that there is a reward out on her return by the governor. So, if I remember rightly, the last time we did this, and also I've got some notes, which says, ask questions around town about the Baron, buy a sword, armour. That what we're going to do now, take this out from here, what we're going to do is a team, what the plan is, lads, is what we're going to do, I think, is we need to go around town and ask some questions. Yes, Captain, I quite agree. Yes, indeed, XO, that's what I think. Now, because I have returned from overseas and I've been sitting in an aeroplane for 24 hours, my throat's a bit sore. So, if I can't keep this voice up for very long and I can already feel it going, I do apologise. I might have to take a break and go and get a drink, which I might do now. There's going to be a weird cut. Did I get myself some rum in duty free, you ask yourself? No, I decided not to. I thought it'd be very bad. I'm 52 years old and I can do with not getting drunk that much. So, lads, what we're going to do is we're going to go around town and see if we can flog the stuff we've got. Because I think we should buy armour. Now, Captain, I don't want to tell you what you're doing is right or wrong, as you shouldn't, XO. But I would like to point out that I don't believe that pirates wear armour. Because I was going to buy armour, and then I looked in the book just before I started. And what we have by Luke. Luke has put that pirates and sailors almost never wear armour or use shields. Reason being, when you're dashing around a ship, you can catch yourself on things, and it means climbing the rigging and various other things is quite difficult if you're wearing sort of leather armour or hide armour, and particularly if you're wearing the Conquistador plate mail or a chain shirt. And I thought, actually, that's quite right. Also, if you fall overboard, most pirates couldn't swim anyway, but you're sinking, dead set, definitely, you're gone. So pirates won't wear armour, they'd just wear clothes. So probably they won't go get armour, but they might go and get some swords, because the captain on his levelling up roll got the thing meaning that he can attack with swords, and he has 2 daggers. And so then I was thinking about armour, and so when he uses daggers, even though he'll get a second auto hit, which is 2d4, technically a d8 equivalent roll, in fact better being a 2 to 8 instead of 1 to 8, because an officer's cutlass is a d8. But the armour will affect both rolls, so potentially he could only do 6 points if they rolled 2 1s, or only 4 points if they rolled 2 2s with a max roll. Whereas with a sword, they would only get 1 armour defence roll. So captain, also, if the captain can get himself an officer's cutlass, he's going to look right dapper. So he may go around and try and find that. But first off, they need to get some cash, because they only have... Oh, hold on. Oh, they've got loads of money, haven't they? Because they got it off... I've got 1,040 silver written down here. I thought we were going to have to flog some stuff, because I was watching one of the ones of this back whilst we were away with Mandy. She doesn't, of course, it's stuff I do, so she doesn't watch many of them. But she watched some, and I didn't realise how fast I talk. I do apologise. I'm not going to change it because it's the way I am. But do feel free to run it at half speed. So I went through and I had a look at what sort of stuff we've got to sell. Now what we do have is we've got a fine metal flask. I don't think we want to flog those 2 dead fish, the desiccated dead fish we've got in the zombies, because no one's going to want them. We have a relic of a map. We won't get rid of the broken compass. There's a voodoo doll that we're probably not going to be able to shift, but there might be some sort of story link in there. Then it might look like someone. There's a gold tooth that we could either sell or maybe one of us could put it in. We've also got that crocodile skin and 4 teeth that we tried to shift last session, this was the one that I actually watched, but no one would buy it. So with the cash that we got, we might not need to sell anything. We might just go around and see if we can buy an officer's cutlass. I reckon an officer's cutlass for me would look right grand. I can have it hanging down here with my amazing outfit and I can charm the ladies. So we might do that, and then we'll go around and we'll ask a couple of questions around town. Could I go back and ask some questions at that nice place I stayed at? What nice place? The one with the ladies. I don't think, young Bates, that's a good idea. If you give me some money, I could spend it there. No, you couldn't. So they might just ask around town, see if they can get some rumours and any information anybody has about the Baron, which they know he's called the Baron because they read that bit in the diary, and they also saw a painting of him that the governor's daughter, Veronica, had done in her bedroom. And I just remind you, that's the Baron there. It's a gorgeous man, isn't he? Gorgeous. So we can then find out about that and see if we know anything. So there's a character which I just read, and his name is Father Wallace. So maybe someone will suggest talking to Father Wallace, because one of the things that Father Wallace is doing, what he wants to do is exorcise the spirits from the castle. So what we'll do is we're going to go around town and ask some people some questions, see if we can find some stuff out about, primarily I think they'll be asking about the castle. There are a few other points that may come up. I mean, there's a lighthouse just outside of town that they haven't really looked at. That's so in this image here, we've got the castle, which sits here, which is quite a distance away, but you can still see it. It's quite imposing. But then we have the lighthouse, which oversees the village, the town of Coraltown. So that may be something that they can go and start looking at. I'll do a zoom in on those, like I did like that last one. That was quite cool. I enjoyed. I thought that was quite good. About these two, and we'll see what we can find out in the town. So what we might do. So the weather's still atrocious. We'll say that this is the next day. So because it's the next day, Captain Pete. Now what I do is I get rituals. I get spirit plus a D4 rituals a day. So I'll say this is the next day, and they're going to go around and see what they can do. So his spirit is +1, so he gets 4 uses of the arcane ritual Heart Her, which means that people will feel better about Captain Pete, or they might even fall in love with him. And he also has Devil's Luck, which is a D2 +1 because of the feather that he now keeps. He hasn't got a hat. Maybe he'll go buy a hat as well, which would be 3. So he has 3 points in Devil's Luck for this period of time, and they will go around town and see if they can get stuff. Now, first off, I think they're going to go to the shanty town and marketplace. Though it's full of drunk sailors and greedy merchants, they can buy some stuff. Most items under 40 series silver can be purchased here. So what that means, so it says 52, which I think I marked that page. I did. So what it means is that Cat and Pete will have to roll on the mythic emulator, GM emulator, to see if, gosh, mate, this is out of my throat today, to see if he can get what he wants. So, what we'll have is Captain Pete. He's going to go. So first off, they'll all go together. They'll have had breakfast, drunk some, had a morning grog. Captain, can I have a grog? All right then, Staines, as you've been a good lad. So I'll knock off 40 silver because they've got the room again. They might have another bath, and they will eat well, throw some money around. I mean, the pirates, they're not going to sort of be. No, I'm not going to be stingy with the silver, lads. Let's put it that way. And they also got to split it between them. And let's say Bates will get a couple of extra silver as well. So what we'll do is we are going to say, so we'll keep the chaos in the bit. So what they're doing is they are now going to go, so we're doing a scene change, and the scene is going to be them strolling into the shantytown markets. There's people all over the place. It's a bit chaotic. There's market sellers, though the weather is still atrocious. I'll tell you what, let's do that before we go roll on. The weather's atrocious. It's thunder and lightning. And let's see what the news brings us. There's two new elements in the Dark Caribbean progress further. So 2 would be Nassau is sacked. The Republic of Pirates is established. The region's first true democracy. There we go. So pirates have got a little bit more sway in this area. They walk again, the dead rise from the grave, and the sea at first a few, but hordes soon follow. Well, that's all right, because that happens around here anyway. So both these two things, so this is going through the history of the Dark Caribbean, where we're just going to progress session by session. Every time there's a sort of a new day, or we'll roll additional until we hit the end, which is a maelstrom forms around the abyss, earthquakes, islands crumble into the sea, the end. So both things aren't really, we're in Coral Town. There's a lot of pirates here. The fact that the pirates now have a sort of a say doesn't really affect us here very much. But the weather is still atrocious. It's basically that everyone's talking about, I wonder when the weather's going to turn something better. I know, it's been like this for days now. As basically the ground is really muddy continually. There's thunder and lightning storms in the distance. Everything is thunder and lightning, everyone frightening me. And it's all a bit drab and dreary, a bit like the Netherlands on a good day. And so we will roll into the marketplace because the weather's down, so everyone's got tarpaulins up, water's dripping, everyone is looking a bit a bit dour. People are drinking extra rum to make sure that they keep colds at bay, because we all know rum is a cure-all. And we have the market might be more along the lines of they'll rack prices up a bit because they're just a bit grumpy and they can't be bothered. So wherever we've got the prices for, we might stick 10% on top just to, because the market sellers are not in the best mood. So our scene check is walking into the marketplace to begin speaking to some of the traders. It's the expected scene. So nothing untoward happens and they stroll in. Now, our first question is because I reckon it's, shall we say, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 that one of the pirates has flogged their officer's cutlass. Captain Pete is going to go strolling around. He's asking questions of people. We need to first off see, is it likely that they have, and I mean, if it comes up yes, then he'll find one straight off. If it comes up no, then he can do a persuasion roll, which was a presence check, to see if he can get an officer's cutlass off of someone. No, okay, so he needs to roll around and he's going to need to speak to people and ask them whether they've got an officer's cutlass for sale, as he's going to try and buy one, and the better he rolls, we'll say the better condition that cutlass is in. So he has, our Captain Pete, he's got a presence of 0. So we'll give it a 14 because it's difficult and the rain is causing problems. And if we fail it, he can attempt to do the ritual because it will come out unbeknownst to himself, and we'll let him have another roll if he succeeds at the ritual. A 19 plus his spirit of 1, no, presence of 0, is a definite success. It's a shame we didn't roll a 20, then we'd have given him a critical. He's definitely got it. So, someone is going to say, I might have a little officer's cutlass out back for you. Now, let's say it's unlikely, based on our last roll, that it's going to be a good officer's cutlass. Is it in good condition? No. So, it's a bit rough. Captain Pete can pay someone to repair it. We do have some repairs that it says you can do. This is actually for armour. So, Captain Pete will be able to get himself an officer's cutlass for 50 silver, but if he can whack 90 silver in, he'll spend the rest of the day repairing it, which Captain Pete, of course, because he doesn't want to let the lads down and look underclassed, he's going to spend all 90 silver. I see, Captain, are you sure that's worth it? That he most definitely is worth it there, Excel, all so worth it. Which will leave them 910 left over. Now, what I was also thinking is, what I didn't catch was there was a bit over here, it says black. So this for you to know. So one of the things about all the Mork Borg or the Borg type books is tiny little rules are hidden all over the place. And unless you have a photographic memory, there's no way you're going to remember all this stuff. But anyway, everyone out there, remember this stuff. Apparently, I don't like other times when we were shooting and things had armour. Black powder weapons ignore armour. So what Captain Pete might get is a couple of pistols. If he can get hold of a couple of flintlock pistols, they're 50 silver each. He doesn't need to reload in combat. He can just pull one and fire, and then put it back in his belt, which I believe Blackbeard, the pirate, who used to tie rope into his beard and set fire to the end so it all smouldered and made him look quite terrifying, would do before combat. He just had, I think he carried either 8 or 10 flintlocks. So he would just fire one and then reload, fire one, and well, not reload, draw another one. So I haven't got that much money to throw around, because the 2 pistols, and then he can carry 2 pistols and just pull them out, and then we'll get some extra shot as well for XOR. But what we'll first write down, I think, is I'll write down the officer's cutlass, and we'll assume that by the end of their shopping trip, that he gets it back, and he's got a finely crafted, it's not finely crafted, rather, it's not like a finely crafted rapier, because I'm looking at that one. It's an officer's cutlass, 50 silver, does a D8 damage. And he has, it wasn't a knight, he's got sword master, which means that he's got a difficulty number -2 for doing attacks. So instead of needing to roll a 12, he rolls a 10 for that attack. So, flintlocks. So he's going to try and get 2 flintlocks. Now, it says that you can pick up anything that's under 40 silver. So I saw flintlocks just now, they're gone. Here it is, flintlock pistol, 50 silver. So again, we need to double check, and we need to say, okay, I think it's a 50-50 likeliness that they will have a flintlock, at least. Well, let's see, 50-50, think it's unlikely they'll have 2. Do they have 2? No, they definitely don't have 2. Do they have 1? Yes. Okay. So we can pick up one flintlock, in the marketplace. So he can only pick up 1 flintlock this time. Maybe he can get another one another time. So 1 flintlock pistol, which will cost him 50 silver. So that will take us down to 860, rather. So we get 1 flintlock pistol, which is 2d4 damage. Now we're going to also be able to need to get some shot, gunpowder and shot, rounds of shot, 10 silver for 20 rounds. He's going to get 20 shots, which will be 10 silver. We've got XO. XO has his pistol. He'll get 20 shots. Oh, he's got a musket, hasn't he? 2d6. And if I remember rightly, we gave young Bates, it was either pistol or a musket. He's got a musket. We'll give him, he'll get 20 shots as well, which is 30 silver in total. So that's not just, that's the shot, the powder, the wad, and everything needed to fire the pistol. We just to toughness DR12 or must attack. Oh no, that's different. All right, so we've go round, definitely the left shot. Definitely they're going to have shot, so I won't bother rolling for that, which will give us 20, 20, 20, 20, which is 30, which goes us to 830. We'll spend another 30, so taking us to 800, as this we will now do the going and asking questions. Now, we will have all of them are going to go and talk to separate people. So Captain Pete will go, Captain Pete's going to go talk to as many people as he can. I made a cup of tea, thus the voice is a little bit easier. Captain Pete will go around, he'll do a check and see if he can talk to people. Then young Bates, he's going to go and he's going to go ask those lovely ladies who work in that nice shop and see if they can tell him anything. And then we'll have Exo and Stains. They will also make checks to see if they can do it. So what we're going to basically doing is we're running around and trying to speak to different people within the market, or maybe so Stains will go and talk to any of the lads that he was speaking to, and he remembers some of them that he might remember that they're a bit drunk, because what it says is the marketplace in Shantytown is full of drunk sailors and greedy merchants. So actually we might stick another 50 on. Because we said that everyone's a bit peeved and that they'll rack their prices up a bit. So let's do everyone else first because they can be cursory, and then Captain Pete will go speak to someone and see if he can find any information out, and we'll see if we get successes. We'll roll on the rumours table, and these are the rumours that we get. So Stains is going to go and he's going to have a presence. He's got a presence of +1, but we might have him do toughness, because he's going to go and talk to, I'm going to go talk to some of the lads and see if I can find anything out, Captain. You do that, Stains. I'm going to see if I can get myself some information. So he's going to go and try and toughen it out, and we'll do, because of the rain, we'll say he's got to make 14s, which means he needs to roll 12, 17. All right. So he's going to go. He'll speak to some of the people. They're all going to be drinking, and that toughness roll is him holding his liquor and going, do you know anything about that castle? And so we will roll on the rumours table, which is 2d6, a 10. Witch in the swamp is responsible for the curse. So he's going to hear a rumour that the witch in the swamp is responsible for the curse. Now the only issue there is they know she's not, because they met her and spoke to her, and so Stains is that's the rumour that Stains will bring back. So next we've got, who's next? Young Master Bates. Okay, now Bates is going to go and he's going to go talk in the treasured chest. That's what it's called. Now what it says here, Madame Dubois, she was very nice to Bates. Now what it says is they do spying, and they've got rumour myths. Hear rumours by listening closely and buying several drinks, procuring other servants or buying them outright. So it's 10 silver per rumour. So we'll knock 100 off of this, which collectively is what they spend. So Bates is going to go to, I'm going to go visit the treasure chest and talk to the nice ladies there. And so he is going to go and attempt to. Now we'll use, what shall he use? Spirit, because or presence is really charm. So he's going to go with charm, with presence. Now he's soaking wet, which might make them feel, and so we said that he is quite charming to them. So he just needs to make a 12, which would be a 10. So he needs to roll a 10. 3. They're all a bit busy. So though he goes and he spends some money and he has a drink there, they make him a nice warm soup and they sit him down, but they're all a little bit busy with other clients to spend a lot of time with him. And although he's trying to talk to them and catch their eye and have conversations with them, they're all just acting a bit motherly, and they're not really giving any rumours or really catching the drift that that's what he wants. But they're happy to keep him entertained during that period of time, and he has a nice warming soup and a lovely time. Exo, I'm going to go and speak to some of the more military types, the ex-Navy people who are around town. So he's going to go, maybe he'll go to the Green Crack, maybe he'll go to the Eye of Chaos. Now the Eye of Chaos is this galleon here, which is on the outer edges of town, and that is run by, this is run by a captain called Davies. Now, there's lots of old Navy folk here, and I may be able to get myself some information from the Navy folk. Also, Davies can teach inexperienced pirates and players how to sail. Well, that might be on board the Chaos, which is generally regarded as the power in these waters. All right. See Carcass Beach for more info. All right, I'm going to have a quick read of page 142. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to have Exo will go over to the Eye of Chaos, and which is down near, I think it's seen as down near Carcass Beach. Oh no, Carcass Beach is over on the other side. So Carcass Beach is over here. If you can see that bit there. Carcass Beach is this beach over here. But by going to the galleon over here, there's a probability that he might hear some rumours. So the rumours that he's going to get are going to be from this table here, which is on the Carcass Beach as a dip. So, Exo, I'm going to go over and I'm going to talk to them about the Navy and remind them that I used to be in the Navy because I got an old Navy uniform, which, as was mentioned by someone, is a nice pair of khaki shorts and a polo shirt. A bit like if you watch the early series of The Crown, Prince Philip would wear when he worked there in the Navy. And so we'll do what we're going to have. Presents. Presents seems to work for that. Because he's wearing the uniform, he's also got a 12, just like Bates has a 12, which means he needs 10s. 13. Okay, so they are quite pleased to welcome in Exo. There's a lot of Exos here, Exos, executive officers, and they're all like to chat. And so we've got 3d6. There's a rumours table here. What do we have? We have 10. It says the pirates are drunk. All right, that's what's happening at the moment. The pirates are drunk. I thought it'd be something interesting. Oh well, next time. So Exo is going to lots of drunk pirates, and because of that, we'll give him another go, and he can roll on the because they're all drunk, and he's going to get a drunken rumour about Coral Town. And the drunken rumour 7 is the governor's daughter is missing, and he'll pay 1,000 silvers for the information. Now we know that, but information means we might be able to tell him just about the castle, but we could get more if we bring her back. So that's the only rumour that XO is going to come back with, which is that the reward is real, and we're going to be able to get 1,000 silver plus if we can get her. And we're pretty sure she's at the castle, but we're not so far not got any information about the Baron or anything else that's going on. So I guess it's down to me, isn't it then, lads? I mean, you lot, you went and got drunk, you went to the knocking shop, and you went and hung out with your old Navy pals. And what I did was this. That's, of course, him in the pub at the end of the day recounting what he did. Now, because it's Captain Pete, we'll give him 2 goals. First one will be just a plain presence roll. Second one will be the arcane ritual, and he will then attempt to go and get a second piece of information using the ritual to charm someone. So we'll have to consume, we'll say he consumes 2 of the ritual uses, which will only give him 2 left, and then he can attempt to get a second rumour if need be. 9, which wouldn't be enough, because I was going to give him a presence test of 12, which means he fails, but we will use Devil's Luck because we can, because it's Captain Pete and he's a player character, not an NPC character. Now, what does that, do we get to re-roll, or does that give us an automatic success? I never remember with Pirate Borg. I know with Mark Borg, it's an we can re-roll any die roll. Okay, yeah, because you can do an automatic test in Mark Borg, I'm pretty sure. So he'll burn Devil's Luck 2, get another 9. He will burn another Devil's Luck. He's just talking to this geezer, and the geezer's going, look, could you go away? I'm trying to trade and sell stuff. I'm trying to, look, just bugger off, I think. I mean, all right, he'll burn all his Devil's Luck. He's really, really pushing it with this bloke. He's got no devil's luck left. He's pushing it with him over and over and over and over again. And at last he goes, all right, I'll tell you something. And then will you go away? So what does Captain Pete find out? A 6. Stay inside at night. This island is cursed. Well, I bloody know that, don't I? And so that's what he gets from that. He will then go around and he's going to try and he's going to go and talk to Helga, who runs the shipwrights, and go and see if she knows anything, because she's a very graceful woman, does not respond well to male attention and jacks up prices if treated without respect. So we'll first off do a presence roll. Okay, so Captain Pete does not treat her with respect. So then we'll do a spirit roll. He needs to roll 12s, which means it's 11s. This dice has been awful for us today. Yeah, failing. Okay. So she won't give him any information, and that fails. We'll do on we'll do a and then we'll describe what happens. We'll do a mishap, a mystical mishap. 4. You are possessed by an ancient arcane spirit for D4 rounds. Roll reaction 31 to see how you react to others. Page 31. I mean, this might get him into a bit of trouble. Reaction table 2d6. 10. Almost friendly. So this ancient spirit overcomes him. I am very kind to see you. Thou, Helga, you are such a lovely woman. Let's make another. So he's going to get another. So basically what happens is he's gone into Helga. Now Helga is a very graceful woman who runs the shipwrights. Now the problem is with Helga is that she really does not like it when the men come in and they just start to treat her as an object. Just because she's attractive, just because she's a very attractive woman, tall, Dutch of origins, with slightly blondish hair. She presents herself very well, nice physique, and she gets really annoyed when that's all people treat with. And that's what Captain Pete came in and did. All right there, darling. Oh, what you doing running a place like this? You should be out being some sort of highfalutin. You should be a model. That's what you should be. He tries that angle, which she does not like at all. It's obvious what he's doing. So she says, will you get out? Get out. Then he attempts to charm her, which is the ritual. That goes all wrong. She still wants him to get out, and instead he starts talking in a very, yes, I am very, very pleased to see you. And so for, what's that, D4 rounds, what's that, 10 minutes? So that'd be for about half an hour, he starts to talk to her, and then we'll give him a chance, we'll give him a chance with advantage, because she's quite thrown by this, to charm her again, and to see if he doesn't annoy her and get kicked out, and he might get a rumour out of her. 15. 15 with his presence of 0 gives a 15, which I'm going to count as success, because even as a 14, which would knock the DR out. I wasn't expecting you to speak like this. I know, darling, but this is the way with the world. Why? Let me tell you a poem about... I'm not going to do a poem. I'm not Quackbane. Let me tell you a poem about the beauty of the eyes of the sea and how the sea reflects our inner turmoil, the waves and the froth. And she's quite thrown by all of this. And she's going, sit down and I shall make some tea. Ah, why don't you sit down and let me treat you to tea? I shall make the tea in this pot, and the pot shall show as a symbol of how we share what is inside us and how we will commune together. Let's give him another presence roll. 19. All right, she's really liking this. She's lapping it up like anyone's business. He makes her tea. Has she got any bread there? And he can make some sandwiches. I think, let's say, has she got bread? No. Oh, sadly no. Shall you go and call out for some? Is there someone outside that you could get? Yes. Okay. So he's going to order some food, some cakes, a little cake, have you got a little cake? I'd really love a little cake. And they're going to bring some cakes in, and he's basically going to make high tea. He's going to attempt to make high tea for her. Let's give him a spirit to make high tea. 8, 9. He's not very nice, but the company's fantastic, and for half an hour, he's talking to her, and she's really quite lapping it up and really enjoying it. Enjoying the company, enjoying him, and starts to open up and tell him some stuff about Coraltown, and he will get a chance to roll a rumour. And if I don't like it, I will re-roll because it all went quite well for him. 7, we've already got that one. So it does actually say you can roll again if you've already got it. 5, dead things don't stay dead. We know that one already. 7 again. 3, what's 3? Strange things happening. Oh, we got that one before about the jungle. 11. The lighthouse doesn't work anymore, but sometimes it still lights up at night. There we go. 11. We found out that the lighthouse is an interesting place. It's broken. It doesn't work anymore. And I tell you what, she'll also say that they believe it was haunted by I'll write this down so we don't forget, and I'll write down, lighthouse is haunted. That will actually work out quite well because there's a little bit of a side mission-y thing here. So he finds out that the lighthouse is haunted. It's an old Dutch lighthouse keeper. It was about 30 years ago he died. His name was Cornelius something or another. She can't remember what the last name is. And he still haunts the place today, and that's why it lights up, but normally it's broken. Maybe if it wasn't broken, so much bad stuff wouldn't happen. And Captain Pete then, after about that period of time, so just as she's telling him this information, she tells him so, and it's quite a sad story. He died. I'm not too sure how. Cornelius something or another. And as well as Captain Pete is starting to come back to his senses, and he's there pouring tea, and go, "What the bloody hell am I doing here? Eh? What's going on here? I've never poured tea in my life. Grog? Lots. Tea? Never." And he will leave, and she will say, "Oh, get out then." And he will leave. So we've got those pieces of nothing that helps us about the castle or getting the daughter back. But we have found out that we've got the curse bit. That didn't help us either. And then we've got the lighthouse, which is possibly something to do. But we've also got the castle to go and get, because we know there's some treasure at the castle. And we know, because I think I remember we got told that. And we know the daughter's there, so we might be able to find out stuff with the daughter. But it's a bit of a trek to get over there, which was the thing that I remembered. We're going to have to go back through the jungle and back over to the other side to go to Skeleton Point, which is where the castle is. Skeleton Point, which means we have to come from Coral Bay, through the jungle and back out again to the other side. Now we do have the compass, so it isn't going to be fairly easy to pass through. And I think we're at a point where I need to decide whether we're going to go to the lighthouse or we're going to go to the castle, to the Skeleton Point Castle. So I think what we'll do is we are going to let the GM emulator decide for us. Are we going to go to one or the other, and then we'll end this session with them setting out. So we'll begin the next session with them exploring. We'll spend some more money, and we'll say we've got enough provisions to go, because they're going to throw money around like water, because this is what the pirates do. Otherwise, they're not really saving up for their future, are they? Particularly as we know that there isn't really any to have. So 50-50. If we get a positive, a yes, they're going to go to Skeleton Point and go and explore the castle, because though it's a longer journey, they know there's a definite reward there, and there's the daughter, and there's stuff that might be able to help them. If it's a no, they decide that the lighthouse is closer, and they'll go and explore the lighthouse and see what's going on there. No, lighthouse it is. So the lighthouse is a short journey, because they can see it from where they are. It's a trek across town to over here. They're going to, I'll spend some money. Oh, can you see that? Yeah. Over to where the lighthouse is, or in the bigger picture, the lighthouse is up there. So we're going to give one last roll. Do they need to know anything about the lighthouse? No, they'll go along and they'll explore the lighthouse, and they might find Cornelius, whatever his name is, and they might work out what's going on. So that's what we will do. Next session is they're going to go explore the old lighthouse, Even though they know the daughter is available, should we go, because it's closer. So, lads, I know you lot were out wandering around, but I spoke to Elga. Did you, Captain? Apparently she's quite offish. I know, but I'm a charming man. So what she's told me is the lighthouse is quite interesting, and I reckon we should go there. But Captain, what about the daughter? I can't remember what Bates' voice was. I've just lost it. Bates will then ask about the daughter. Oh, come on, Captain. No, I can't remember it. How weird. Oh, Captain. Oh, come on, Captain. I will make Staines do. Why don't we go to rescue the daughter? So the Captain, I've lost everyone's voice. So Captain Pete will just, Captain Pete will lay down. Now I'm the captain, and I say what we do. We're going off to the lighthouse, and that's that. They will pick up their stuff because it's mid-afternoon. They can get there before the end of the day. They can camp out, though it's raining terrifically. They can camp out at the bottom and they can go exploring the next day. But we'll say, we'll give Captain Pete his Devil's Luck back. Go on, we'll give his Devil's Luck back to start off with. So he gets 2 points of Devil's Luck back because of the feather. And we'll keep his rituals the same. And we will say that they've got, they spend another couple of hundred, giving them enough food that we won't bother about tracking food for now. And we will start the next session with them exploring the old lighthouse. And I think that's where we'll end because I can't remember anyone's voice. Thank you very much for staying till the end of this, another little shopping episode one. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed yet, do go down the bottom and hit the subscription. Thank you very much to all members, and I'll leave it at that. I will see you all next time for more pirate fun and hopefully a better voice. See ya.